On this episode of the 5P Podcast, I'm your host, Michael J. Penney. I'm joined by Sergeant Major Max Garcia of LifeCoach8.net. Sergeant Major Garcia served in the United States Marine Corps before moving on to being not only a speaker, a motivational speaker, a life coach, but also a real estate investor. He has some business acumen going on, and now he resides in Australia, which I look forward to hearing why. All right, so without further ado, Sergeant Major Max Garcia, thank you for joining me here on the 5P Podcast.
Hey, thanks, Michael. It's awesome to be on the podcast, especially knowing that you were with 3-7 and I used to carry 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines around in our tracks back in Iraq 2004. So it's awesome to be here and reunite with someone like you.
Hoorah! That's so motivating. I love it. There is life after the Corps, isn't there? All right.
Absolutely. And contrary to belief, I'd say it's even a little bit better.
Yeah, there you go. It's all in how we transition out, whether or not we land on our feet and things of that nature. So in transitioning out in your civilian career now, what is the situation, the enemy's situation? What is that need that you're out there tackling, the problem opportunity that you see in the space?
Yeah, so the situation is, for everybody out there who knows the 5-paragraph order, situation is that there are so many people in the world who are so unhappy with so many parts of their life, you know, whether it's finances, fitness, their marriage, their relationships, their job, their boss, whatever. There are just so many people who are so unhappy in so many areas of their life. And unfortunately, those people, they have this misconception that life happens to them, that it's you know, external circumstances. But unfortunately, they're doing it to themselves. That's the situation, that so many people are so self-defeating in their words, in their actions, in the people that they hang around with, in the thoughts they think, in the words that they speak. Everything from self-defeating talk to what they're watching on TV or whatever else is what they focus on. That's the situation in my world, Michael. That's what I'm up against. That's what I am attacking right now that I'm out.
Right on. Well, definitely we see it out there. I know that that's something that a whole lot of people are shaking their heads over right now, whether that be a life full of distraction or a life full of lack of purpose, all of these other different things. So in facing that enemy situation that's out there, what's your mission statement now in your new life?
Yes. So my mission, if you will, second part of the 5-paragraph order for all the Marines out there, my mission is to inspire leaders, to inspire as many people as possible to make the most of themselves and inspire as many people as possible to do the same. If that makes, tell me if you need clarification on that, but that is my mission, to inspire leaders to inspire. The reason I say inspire leaders to inspire is, you know, up until a little over a year and a half ago, or about a year and a half ago, I was a sergeant major. I was a senior enlisted guy of the largest operational battalion in the Marine Corps, about 1,200 Marines. So I absolutely love and understand leadership. And the reason I want to inspire leaders to inspire is because if I inspire one leader, then my actions, my thoughts, my words, everything I'm doing has a ripple effect. If I inspire one leader who leads, I don't know, 10 people or 1,000 people or 5,000 people, then I'm having a massive ripple effect. So my mission is to inspire leaders to inspire.
Amen. Well, it's great having you on. As far as from a senior non-commissioned officer standpoint, I was a non-commissioned officer as a sergeant when I went walking out of the back gate. And I know the best leaders that I worked with, not for, were people that I did not want to disappoint. They were inspirational leaders. They're out there getting it done with each and every one of us, right? And it's difficult. You don't want to be the leader who's in the office all day long, right? You want to be out there amongst the troops. You want to be pressing flesh and shaking hands and seeing people and all of these other different things. So, but you can't do that. It has to be a ripple effect. It has to be through, right? There's a balance to it. Could you describe what you're doing now with LifeCoach8.net and how you're bringing this out to people.
Yes, well, since you mentioned the whole leadership piece, there is a balance, and it is very difficult because you're right. If you're in a leadership position and you spend all day shaking hands, kissing babies, then you're falling behind on the administrative things. If you're a business owner, you're falling behind your business. You're falling behind your profits. If you're in the military, then you're falling behind in your administrative duties, and someone's going to wonder why this isn't done yet or that done yet. So yes, there is a balance. The other thing too is that if you're out shaking hands, kissing babies, that's great and all. Again, there's a balance, but you're not helping anyone one-on-one, providing any coaching with anyone. You're not saving any marriages, saving anybody from bankruptcy, or because that's where you're one-on-one if you're in your office where people can approach you. The other thing is that we'll just say, for example, if you're in the military or even in corporate, if you're slacking in your administrative duties, then you're not writing any awards for your people. You're not getting them any promotions. You're not writing any evaluation counselings or performance counselings, helping them understand where they're lacking and where they're doing great so that they can do better. But anyways, not to get off topic. What was your question again?
No, you're dead set on topic with lifecoach8.net. And we're talking with Sergeant Major Max Garcia. For all of our listeners out there, go check out lifecoach8.net. You're getting into it. How, right? You're giving us your commander's intent. I see a little inkling foreshadowing to that desired end state, right? So boom, when you're getting out there, are you going out as a motivational speaker? Or I know that you have a book. What are your actionary items that you're doing inside of the execution paragraph, coordinated instructions? How are you going about doing this?
Yes, so execution phase, I believe, is what we're in right now. The execution phase, the 5-paragraph order, which I thought I was going to forget all this, but I guess not. So yes, I'm accomplishing this mission through motivational speaking and coaching. In particular, speaking, keynote speaking is what I really like. Public speaking, conference speaking, you name it. I love running my jibs for the benefit of other people. I just love it because when I talk to a crowd, whether it's 2 or 2,000, then again, my talk is having a second, third order effect on many people and many people's lives and their families' lives and their employees' lives or their coworkers' lives and so on. So that's the first part, is through speaking. Second part is through coaching. Name it, whether it's life coaching, leadership coaching, consulting, executive coaching, you name it, all kinds of coaching. That's the second thing, where I actually sit down with someone, either face to face or over a video call, just like we're doing right now, Michael. And I work with them step by step to solve their problem or help them accomplish whatever it is they want to accomplish. So if they want to accomplish a promotion or a raise, there's so many people there who have a raise and a promotion ready to take anytime, and they just don't know how to take it. And there's a step-by-step method to get it done. Or people who are they're this close to solving their problem, but they just need a few tweaks. It's kind of like, if you have a golf player, which I'm not really a good golfer, but I'm working on it, and the golf club is like this, or the golf club is like this, and only needs to be adjusted just like this. Massive difference. The ball is going far off into the water, into the sand trap. This, straight onto the fairway. Just, that's what I do when I work with people one-on-one. It's help them to plan their attack.
Right on. And what is the title of your book again for our listeners?
Yeah, the title of the book is called The Abundance Factor. And I'll just very much clarify that I am a co-author in the book. The main author of the book is Joe Vitale. I want to give credit to him because he is an amazing guy. If any of you all out there have ever seen a movie called The Secret, it is a phenomenal, life-changing movie. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend that you watch it today. Anyways, Joe Vitale is featured in that movie, and I was just really blessed to come in contact with the right opportunity to be able to write with Joe. It's a phenomenal, the movie Joe's in, The Secret. There is a movie called The Abundance Factor as well, which I am not in. But does that answer your question, Michael, The Abundance Factor?
Yes, it does. And folks can check out The Abundance Factor and Sergeant Major Max Garcia at lifecoach8.net. Go there right now, lifecoach8.net. See Sergeant Major, see the abundance factor, get it in your hands. And yes, I totally agree. The secret is it's a great review. It's a great flick to be able to watch and gain some inspiration and some secrets out of. Hey, look at that. But also when you're going out there and you're talking with these folks and you're engaging, let's say, for instance, audiences, leaders, all of these different people, all right, let me put it to you like this. You're down under. You're in Australia. I get it. You can travel, right? Have suitcase. We'll talk, right? How are people getting in touch with you and bridging that connection with you? Are they connecting with you on LinkedIn and stuff like that in order to arrange events and other stuff? How are people getting in touch with you right now?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. You know, with the way the world's set today, it doesn't matter where you're at. And yeah, I'm like you. I like to travel. Have guns, will travel is what we said in the Marine Corps. But
Yeah.
but it's nothing to talk to people on other sides of the globe 10 times a day now. But yes, people can get in contact with me. I answer Instagram pretty quick because that's where a ton of my coaching clients seem to come from. So they can find me on all the platforms I have, by the way, are all Life Coach 8. So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Life Coach 8. And I'm also on LinkedIn. I even have a TikTok account. I really don't use it that much, but I also have a TikTok account. I'm getting better working with that, and a YouTube account. All of these things, I'm across all those platforms. But I think if you want to get me quick, hit me on Instagram. That's probably the fastest way.
Right on.
And of course, on my website, there's a link to an email and all those other things as well if you want to email me your situation.
There you go. Right on. Very good. All right. So now we're in the admin and logistics paragraph a little bit. I forgot to update folks. If you folks are not familiar with the 5P podcast, the entire episode is in 5P format. So that way you can go back through all of our interviews and know exactly what the structure of it is. Hey, pretty cool, huh? All of these long form interviews are inside of the 5P inner circle, completely uninterrupted for your viewing pleasure. So when you go to 5paragraph.com, join the inner circle, you can see all of the videos. All right.
That reminds me real quick, Michael, I forgot to tell you that I hit the live button. So your voice is going over Instagram live right now. So your podcast is already getting launched to a few thousand people already without any edits. I hope you don't mind. I meant to disclose that to you.
No, man, that's totally cool. We're jiving on it. It's good. I barely edit this thing anyway. I'm a one take kind of a guy.
Right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You're an infantry. I didn't think I needed to let you know that. You're from 7th Marines, so I didn't think I needed to tell you.
There it is.
But so please, I meant that I said that because please clarify to everyone on Instagram who's listening, 5paragraph.com, any other information they need to find you on the RSS feed, all that good stuff, please fire away.
Right on. Yeah. Well, it's 5paragraph.com. You can, of course, connect with me, Michael J. Penney. It's Penney. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. That's Michael J. Penney, Penney. And I am the founder of 5P, the military management method for the modern workforce, something which we have brought out here into the modern day civilian workforce. I know it's kind of crazy, isn't it, Sergeant Major? We can bring something with us out the back gate.
You know what? You just reminded me of something I wanted to tell you, Michael, and I'm going to give you a big shout out because, so yes, the 5-paragraph order is the operation order that we use in the Marine Corps. And whenever I looked at the podcast you did with the Major General recently, and when I saw how you had that broken down in 5-paragraph order, I've been struggling with something. And I want to give you a massive shout out. I've been struggling to figure out what my purpose is, what my mission statement is, what my niche is, if you will. And your 5-paragraph order helped me to figure that out just yesterday. So much so that I quickly made notes, and I'm going to probably make some changes to the website that clearly lay out in that format some things to make it crystal clear for people. I've been kind of toying with that because, you know, when you're in charge of a bunch of Marines, it's like I said, you're a marriage counselor, fitness counselor, financial planner. You do all these things in a leadership position, and for people, for a wide variety of people, male, female, all different races, all different walks of life, different states, different countries, in different countries. And so I've had kind of a challenge narrowing down to a specific niche, if you will. But your 5-paragraph order drastically helped me out with that just yesterday. So I wanted to give you a shout out on that. So awesome on you to use what you learned while you're with 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines to bring to the corporate world. It's just awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's something that we were all blessed with, right? We learned it when we first made entrance in the military. They taught it to us for a reason because we all use the same template from the general all the way on down. That's how we keep everything on the same page.
Yes,
So,
yes. Or
yeah,
not.
heck yeah, it's our military operations, or I think that's so great. So folks, if you want to get taken action right now, go to 5paragraph.com and you can see exactly what Sergeant Major Max Garcia is talking about. You can get the book, 5-paragraph business plan, get squared away with stuff. You even get 30 days free access to the 5P Inner Circle when you pick up the book. All that we ask is you pay shipping and handling on the book. That's it. So there you go. There's my sales spiel. All right, moving on. Moving on with the episode. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful for the fact that you're implementing 5P. That's so very cool. All right.
Right away.
That is so wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So, folks, Sergeant Major Max Garcia, you need to check about. Go to lifecoach8.net. Lifecoach8 is his social media presence that's out there. You will see Sergeant Major Max Garcia. All right. I've waited a long time, all the way till we're wrapping things up here near the tail end of the episode. Why in the heck are you in Australia?
Right. That's a great question. So maybe you remember, I don't know how old you are, Michael, but I know you're old enough to know about the initial invasion of Iraq in 2003. A lot of our listeners, you may or may not be old enough to remember that, but during the initial invasion of Iraq 2003, I was blessed to be there for that. I was there when that big old Saddam statue got pulled down. I actually have a couple pieces of it because our section with a squad of infantry Marines guarded from 3-4, guarded that Palestine hotel for a few days. Anyways, fast forwarding, all the Marines after the initial Iraq invasion was over, started flying home. And it was a great time. Everyone was excited. The country was so excited to have their Marines back. There was parties, there was parades, all these other things. And Marines are going home at the rapid rate. And they came to our company, Alpha Company 3rd Tracks, and said, you guys got to take a ship home. You're going to be an extra 2 months getting home. You're going to be on the ship. Meanwhile, everybody else is going to be having parades, parties, all these other things, being treated like heroes, all this other stuff. You guys are going to be stuck on ship. But I tell you this, Michael, and everybody else out there who's listening, if you have faith, if you trust God every now and again, when you're in adversity, if you look for the hidden blessing in disguise, amazing things happen. And when that ship returned home, that ship happened to stop right here in Sydney, Australia. And I met my wife on the last day in port. And a few years later, we got married, and the rest is history. You're getting the guy version of the story today. You want the girl version?
Such a beautiful story, though. Yeah.
If you want the Hollywood book and movie version, you got to ask Carolyn. She'll give you a much better version than I will.
Right. She wasn't.
So we visited here over and over again while, of course, Carolyn came. She was stationed with me everywhere from Florida, Arizona, California, Okinawa, Spain. She traveled around with me for a few years. And then somewhere in there, I said, you know what? When I retire from the Marine Corps, I really want to move to Australia. I just like it here. I fit in. I just love it. So it was kind of my push for us to come here. My family, which I love so much, they're kind of used to me being gone all the time anyways. So it was an easy decision. So if that answers your question, Michael, that's why I'm in Australia. And so I've got it's great. So I'm bringing Marine Corps leadership. I'm bringing the 5-paragraph order to a bunch of Australians where you know it. So your influence is spiderwebbing out.
There you go. Ah, fantastic. God bless you and God bless your family. That's so wonderful. That is a great, great story right there of perseverance. Definitely.
Thank you. Thanks.
It is something to where we travel around with our loved ones and they put in the time during our enlistments. We can give back afterwards, right? It's one of those things. I know how it is. After Camp Pendleton, I went from leaving the Fallbrook Gate exit, and 4 days later, I was in UMass Boston, right. Massachusetts. My wife grew up in Massachusetts, so it was time for me to put in that enlistment. So I know exactly how you feel in that regard also. Yeah.
Right.
But it's funny how life is just one big journey and it's accumulative. And if you do keep faith, then there's just something right around the corner. Maybe that's too many metaphors all at once. I don't know.
Napoleon Hill said it perfectly in his book, Think and Grow Rich. And I'll paraphrase, but he said something along the lines of, every adversity, every failure, every disappointment brings with it a seed of equal or greater benefit. But the thing is, everybody's that we have to look for it. You have to plan for it. You have to take action for it instead of just, wallowing in your sorrows. You have to look for the hidden blessing in disguise. And that's what I do with people on a daily basis.
There it is, folks. Get with Sergeant Major Max Garcia at lifecoach8.net. That's Sergeant Major Max Garcia at lifecoach8.net. You can see him. You can see Sergeant Major. You can see the book. You can see all of the other stuff that he's involved in at lifecoach8.net. And I am truly grateful for having you on the 5P podcast. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Michael. I appreciate it much. And please be in touch. Let's do it again. Let me know when it comes out.
Absolutely, will do. Folks, for you who are listening out there on the podcast, be sure to subscribe, rate, review the podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM, and everywhere else that you enjoy listening to podcasts. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and ring that bell so that way you get all of the notifications when this episode and all of our episodes release. You're seeing them in clip form. But if you want to see the long form interview, go to 5paragraph.com. Get this book free of charge. All we ask you pay is shipping and handling, and you will get 30 days free access to the 5P Inner Circle. That's all of our interviews, our templates, our learning experience, and your virtual mastermind group. On top of it, you can have a 15-minute assessment with me, Michael J. Penney. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Folks, we really appreciate you being a part of the 5P family. We are grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for listening and being a part of this. And until next time, take care and be well.